competition at times. What have you made of them the first few weeks, particularly finally getting a win last weekend?
Yeah, I think they play like all Fijian sort of sides play. They're exciting. You know, they keep the ball off the deck. They're physical. I think for us, they're a real challenge. So obviously, lots of confidence after last week's win against the Rebels. So for us, it's just about executing how we want to play and get in front of a home fan at Suncorp and put in a good win, hopefully for them.
Big honour for you, mate, getting the captain. What does it mean? You've obviously captained sides in the past, captained the under-20s, but to lead your state at this level, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, like you said, it's a huge honour, and yeah, super thrilled, especially for my family and my friends, been through a lot with me, and, this is for them, so it's pretty cool. Obviously, it's a different scenario, and I probably would never have thought about being in the spot right now, 3 weeks ago, or everything's happened pretty quickly, but yeah, super honoured to lead the boys. They've made it pretty easy. We all know we've got a job to do on the weekend, which is to get that win, but I think it's just about preparation and now getting off our feet and ready to go to come tomorrow.
How did it come about, mate? Because we've seen a few other captains this year so far fall over. Like, what's the process during the week of appointing you or naming you? How did it come about?
I think it's up to Thorny. I sort of got told Tuesday morning, and then he sort of went and told the rest of the group when we had a team meeting. So I'm not really too sure what goes on behind the scenes, but I was lucky enough to get the tap on the shoulder and went into a room with him and Sam Cordingley, and he just had the great news. So yeah, pretty pumped.
What was your initial reaction, mate, when they pulled you into a room and tell you that?
Well, probably thought I was in trouble at first. I don't know what I did, but I was like, oh, what have I done? But it wasn't that. It was some really unexpected and really some positive news. And I was sort of shocked. I didn't really expect it whatsoever. And I think that's the beauty of Thorny. He always pulls cats out of the bag, and pretty excited.
We've obviously spoken a fair bit externally about the captain's curse and that sort of stuff. What's wrong with Hayden, Angus Scott Young, and Luke Hahn have all sort of ended up injured after wearing the armband, so to speak. Was there any apprehension from you giving that?
I got brought up again when Thorny told me, and obviously the boys have given me a bit of stick here and there, and I know I've heard it from a lot of people about the captain's curse, so you can't really think about it too much. I think rugby is a bit of a fickle game. Anything can happen out in the field. I'm not too superstitious, so I'm not really worried about that whatsoever, but I'll go out there, hopefully strap my ankles and my thumbs and stuff like that to sort of negate that, but just go out there, have fun, enjoy it, enjoy the experience, especially at Suncorp.
What have you made of your form to start the year, mate, especially given the well-known fact that you were left off the spring tour specifically to have a big pre-season and work on a few things and put on size and all those sort of things? What have you made of having to do that and being given that time to train, and then the way you've started the year?
Yeah, I think obviously that was a decision that the Wallaby coaches sort of made, and looking back on it, I'm so happy that they did. I was able to come here. I was away for a while. I was able to strip back my game. I was with best mates here at the Reds and sort of just enjoy footy again. I think there wasn't too much pressure at all around selection because it's pre-season. You can actually strip it back. Enjoy gym, enjoy the physical sort of sessions we got up to, and I really enjoyed that and thrived, and I think obviously that sort of led me into this first three games of the season. I think it's the best I've played in a Reds jersey to begin the season, so that's probably the end goal, was just to start better than I've ever done before, and I think I've done that.
At the time, was it hard to accept, or did you see their reasoning and you were looking forward to maybe just not being on tour and training constantly?
I was disappointed. Obviously, you want to go over and try to represent your country, but at that point I wasn't playing. I was behind hoops. I was just holding a tackle bag, and in hindsight, and I sort of wanted to stay here, knowing that I probably wouldn't have played. Obviously, things happened. Hoops got injured. It would have been cool to play that game, but obviously things happen for a reason, and I'm so grateful that I got here and was able to just enjoy my footy again and sort of strip back my game. But yeah, definitely, you're always going to be disappointed, and going over to Europe and on the spring tours, definitely something I've always dreamt of. I've heard those tours are great fun, and definitely want to go in there this year and in future years. So I think for me it's just obviously being disappointed, but using that disappointment to drive my other factors, which is back here enjoying rugby again and improving.
What specifically did you have to work
They didn't really give me anything to improve on. It wasn't. It was more of the fact that Hoops was playing week in, week out, and he's obviously captain, but he's resilient. Everyone knows that. He's played so many games that were very high quality, and last year was probably one of his best years. So they knew I wasn't going to get picked. It's quite hard to put a specialist 7 on the bench when you're playing behind a specialist 7. So they thought it'd probably be more beneficial for me, which it was, to come back here, get bigger, get stronger, get faster, and get through a pre-season compared to being over there, probably just not getting focused on as much, because obviously I wasn't going to play. But they gave me certain things to improve on, but it was probably more around that.
Just lastly, mate, on the captaincy, as I said, you have captained teams in the past, but this is a step up, I'd say. Have you sort of reached out to anyone else or leaned on anyone else in the squad, like any of the injured captains or Rabs or anyone like that, or just on tips on how to handle it at all, or things to do?
I haven't leaned on anyone. I've sort of, obviously, like you said, I've got my own experiences, NRC and Junior Wallabies and stuff like that. I think I've just sort of learned and I've grown as a player and as a person from those times. So I've been able to watch captains like Samu, Hoops especially, you got Wrongers, and just sort of get an idea of what leadership means. I think it's different only being captain, so far for this week. I think, I've got an important role to play, but you still have Tatey around, you still have Wrongers around, you still got Luke Khan around, Rabs around, like all these boys who are actually so influential in their leadership, whether or not they're playing. So I think for me, while I do have the captain, the C next to my name, it doesn't really mean too much because you have all these great leaders around. So it's more just about going out there and having fun and just enjoying that sort of time.